Have you ever felt torn between the thrill of the unknown wilderness and the comfort of your familiar home? This question sparks the introduction to our exploration into the intriguing concept of the duality of desire, the longing for both the wilderness and a home. It's a fascinating paradox that exists within each one of us, a tug-of-war between our yearning for freedom and our longing for belonging. There's a compelling quote that beautifully captures this sentiment. It goes, "I need the wilderness, regardless of whether I'll ever set foot there again. I need a home, regardless of whether I'll ever come back." This isn't just poetic imagery, it's a confession, a testament to our deep, essential need for these contrasting elements in our lives. On one hand, we have the wilderness. It's the symbol of freedom, of adventure, of the unknown. It's the mysterious, untamed world that exists outside the confines of our comfort zones. It's where we challenge ourselves, where we discover who we are and what we're capable of. The wilderness calls to our spirit, awakening a thirst for exploration and a hunger for discovery. On the other hand, we have home. It's our sanctuary, our place of comfort and security. It's where we feel a sense of belonging, a connection to our roots. It's the place we return to after our adventures, where we find solace, rejuvenation, and a comforting sense of familiarity. Home is where our heart is. This duality of desire, this yearning for both the wilderness and a home, is not a conflict but a balance. It's a dance between our need for growth and our need for grounding. It's about embracing the thrill of the journey and the comfort of the destination. It's about finding freedom in the wilderness and finding belonging in our home. And so, we embark on this journey, exploring this duality, understanding its nuances, and learning how to embrace it. We'll delve into the call of the wilderness and the comfort of home, and discover how to balance these two contrasting yet complementary elements to enrich our lives. In this journey, we will explore this duality and how to embrace it. The wilderness calls to us with the promise of freedom and adventure. It's a siren song that echoes in our hearts, a yearning that's as old as humanity itself. This longing for the wild is not just a desire for the thrill of the unknown, but it's also a deep-seated need to connect with the natural world. When we speak of the wilderness, we're talking about a realm far removed from the noise and distractions of our modern lives. It's a place where we can experience the earth in its raw, unfiltered state. Here, amidst the towering trees, the rushing rivers, and the majestic mountains, we find a sense of freedom that's both exhilarating and humbling. The wilderness is not just a physical place, but a state of mind that allows us to tap into a part of ourselves that often lies dormant in our day-to-day existence. It's in these wild spaces that we can truly let go, shedding the layers of our constructed selves to reveal the core of who we are. This sense of liberation brings with it a profound self-discovery, a reconnection with our most authentic selves. But the wilderness is not just about self-discovery. It's also about the relationships we forge with the natural world. In the hush of the forest, in the whisper of the wind, we find a connection that transcends language and culture. This connection is vital, nourishing our souls as well as our bodies. So how do we answer this call of the wilderness? It doesn't necessarily mean packing up and heading for the hills, although that is one way to do it. Seeking out the wilderness can be as simple as taking a walk in a local park, planting a garden, or just spending a few quiet moments under the open sky. It's about making a conscious effort to invite nature into our lives, to breathe with the rhythm of the earth, and to embrace the wild within us. The wilderness, in its untamed beauty, invites us to explore and discover. It's a call to adventure, a call to freedom, and most importantly, a call to reconnect with the essence of who we are. Yet, amidst the allure of the wild, there's a yearning for the comfort of home. This longing is not merely for a physical space, but for a sense of belonging, of comfort, of security. It's that familiar smell when you open the front door, the creak of the third stair from the top, the way the light filters through the curtains in the late afternoon. Home is a sanctuary, a haven, where we can shed the weight of the world outside. It's where we lay our heads to rest at the end of the day, where we heal our wounds, where we find solace in the quiet corners and the soft glow of lamplight. It's the place where we can be our most authentic selves, unguarded and unburdened. Yet, a home is not just a place of retreat, but of rejuvenation. It's the place where we recharge, where we gather strength to face the world anew. It's the place where we dream, where we plan, where we prepare for the adventures that lie ahead. It's the place where we gather with loved ones, where we celebrate life's joys and navigate its challenges. It's where we build the foundations of our lives. But a home doesn't just happen. It must be cultivated, nurtured, tended to. It starts with the physical space, yes, but it goes beyond that. It's about creating an environment that supports your well-being, that reflects who you are and what you value. It's about filling your space with things that bring you joy, with colors that soothe your soul, with sounds that calm your mind. It's about creating routines and rituals that anchor you, that give your days structure and your life a rhythmic flow. Cultivating a home is an ongoing process, a labor of love, and it's one that's well worth the effort. For it's in the comfort of home that we find the strength to venture into the wilderness, and it's in the wilderness that we find the longing to return home. A home, in its familiar warmth, provides a place to rest and rejuvenate. How then can we balance these contrasting desires? That indeed is the question of the hour. The wilderness and the home, two entities that seem to exist in parallel universes, yet are bound by the same thread of our longing. The challenge lies not in choosing one over the other, but in finding a harmonious coexistence between the two. This is not a matter of compromise, but of integration. Embracing this duality is the key to finding a fulfilling equilibrium. Think of the wilderness and the home as two sides of the same coin, each providing what the other lacks. The wilderness offers freedom, exploration, and connection to the raw essence of life, while the home provides a sanctuary of comfort, security, and belonging. To balance these desires, we must first acknowledge that they are not mutually exclusive. The wilderness does not exist solely outside the confines of our homes, nor does the comfort of home disappear when we venture into the wilderness. We can bring the wilderness into our homes by incorporating elements of nature into our living spaces, whether it's a potted plant, a piece of driftwood, or a painting of a forest. These tokens serve as a reminder of the wilderness, keeping its spirit alive within our domestic havens. On the other hand, we can carry the essence of home with us into the wilderness. This could be through a familiar blanket, a cherished book, or a comforting routine. These personal artifacts and rituals provide a sense of familiarity and belonging, even in the vast unknown of the wilderness. Balancing the duality is not about dividing our time evenly between the wilderness and the home. It's about understanding that both environments are essential for our well-being and learning to carry the essence of each within us, regardless of where we are. This integration is a dance, a constant back and forth, a give and take. It's about recognizing the value of both freedom and belonging, and allowing them to coexist in our lives. It's about understanding that the wilderness and the home are not opposing forces, but complementary elements that together make us whole. In this balance, we find a new harmony. This duality embraced has the power to transform us. When we accept the duality of our human desires, we unlock a process of profound personal growth and transformation. The wilderness and home are not opposing forces, but complementary elements that make up the entirety of our human experience. Each plays a vital role in shaping who we are and who we aspire to be. Consider the wilderness with its promise of freedom, adventure, and connection to the natural world. This is where we step out of our comfort zones, where we challenge ourselves, where we discover what we are truly capable of. The wilderness represents our thirst for exploration, for pushing boundaries, for living life on our own terms. On the other hand, home is our sanctuary, our place of belonging, of safety, and of comfort. It's where we find solace after a long day, where we rejuvenate, where we gather with loved ones. Home is the foundation from which we venture out into the wilderness and to which we return, enriched by our experiences. It's in the interplay between these two elements that we find richness and depth in our lives. The wilderness pushes us to grow, to learn, to adapt. It teaches us resilience and courage. Meanwhile, home provides us the stability and security we need to venture forth. It gives us a sense of belonging, of being rooted, of being part of something larger than ourselves. By embracing both these elements, we nurture our need for adventure and our need for belonging. We honor both our longing for the thrill of the unknown and our deep-seated desire for a place to call home. In doing so, we create a life that is balanced, fulfilling, and uniquely our own. As we navigate this dance of the wilderness and home, we invite transformation. We become more flexible, more resilient, more open to life's possibilities. We become more attuned to our needs and desires, more in touch with our authentic selves. In the dance of the wilderness and home, we find the rhythm of our true selves. Let us now delve into practical ways to live this duality. We're all unique, and so are our ways of connecting with both the wilderness and the home. It's all about exploring, experimenting, and finding what resonates with our individual selves. To connect with the wilderness, consider starting simple. It could be as straightforward as taking a walk in a nearby park, hiking a local trail, or spending a weekend camping. Discover the joy of unplugging from the digital world, listening to the symphony of nature, and breathing in the freshness of the wild. Don't shy away from the unknown. Try new activities like birdwatching, stargazing, or even solo traveling. These experiences can bring a sense of freedom and adventure that's truly invigorating. Now let's turn our focus towards creating a nurturing home environment. Start by making your space a true reflection of yourself. Fill it with items that bring you joy and comfort. This could be family photos, books you love, or even a cozy reading nook. Cultivate habits that make your home a sanctuary. This might mean having a regular family dinner, practicing morning meditation, or hosting a weekly game night. Remember, it's about creating a space where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and feel a sense of belonging. But here's the key. It's not just about alternating between the wilderness and home. It's about integrating these experiences. You could bring elements of the wild into your home: houseplants, nature-inspired art, or even the sounds of nature. Similarly, carry the comfort of home into the wilderness. Carry a favorite book, a comfort snack, or even a cherished family photo on your outdoor adventures. Embrace the process of trial and error. What works for one might not work for all. Experiment, adapt, evolve, and remember, there's no right or wrong way to balance this duality. It's your journey, and it should feel right to you. Through these practices, we can create a life that embraces both the wilderness and the home. As we journey towards the end, let us revisit the essence of our exploration. We've delved into the intriguing concept of desire's duality, a yearning that echoes within us all, for both the untamed wilderness and the comforting embrace of home. We've discovered that the wilderness calls to our spirit of adventure, offering freedom, self-discovery, and a profound connection with nature. Conversely, home provides a sense of belonging, a sanctuary that nurtures our soul and offers solace amidst the storm. We've learned the importance of balancing these contrasting desires, integrating the lessons of wilderness and home into a harmonious existence. This balance, this embrace of duality, can be a transformative power, enriching our lives and catalyzing personal growth. So let's step forward, inspired to navigate this duality, to find fulfillment in the wilderness's thrilling challenge and the home's serene comfort. May your journey be filled with the thrill of the wilderness and the comfort of home. Share your experiences and insights as you navigate the duality of desire,